There's
All right.
no fear.
I will not fear. I will not fear. I don't need to put
Though the
your
mountains
slides up
fall.
anymore, do I, Juan?
No.
Well,
No, 'cause
if you
you're
do
doing
get
it.
kicked off, you can go out and just come in as a regular guest, and you don't have to be the producer.
Oh no, yeah, I got my thing going. I'm gonna I have the
That is
vertical
sort
and
of-
the horizontal.
What?
That's the old Twilight Show thing. I'm in
Oh,
control.
okay.
We're in control
I'm not
of
sure-
the vertical.
I'm not sure who's sharing this.
What?
So, like the Juwan's screen.
I'm sharing mine.
Okay, so I can
I'm
take
sharing
it.
my slideshow.
Don't mess up the things right now.
For real.
Listen.
We're 50 seconds in, y'all.
Yeah, it's going.
JT's,
There's people in here.
JT's been giving us a countdown for the last 4 minutes.
You guys pull it
We're
together.
3 minutes
Come
out,
on.
y'all.
What we do? We need some gigs, y'all.
We're 3 minutes out, everybody.
We don't need to practice, Randy. We need some gigs.
Randy.
Randy. This is
JT,
a
What do you say to people who say that Billy Joel is not rock and roll?
Oh, I would disagree with that. I love Billy Joel. He's a storyteller.
Yeah, but rock and roll though.
Yeah, I mean, Glass Houses is some good rock and roll.
That's what brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
this is probably the most
Yeah.
technical show we've ever done.
Yeah, it's involved. But I'm really excited about it, though.
right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will
I
take
think-
any opportunity to insult the co-hosts.
Hey, we played a lot of disc golf this week, everybody. I played a lot of disc golf this
That's
week.
fun.
It's super fun, and I lost 2 discs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
lost one.
I'll
one
never
disc
walk
every time.
again.
I lost the C1 and the let's see, the lumbar, the 5th lumbar, and the first cervical.
Right.
Else, or whatever.
Slipped a disc. No, I lost a disc. I lost one disc every time I went out. And this is Frisbee disc golf, y'all.
Yeah, it's dangerous, man. Last time we went, my dad threw his shoulder out, and it bothered him for 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
I
It
about
just
pegged
go away.
Mandy in the face with a disc.
see, it's dangerous.
I was way off to the side, too. I thought surely I'd be okay. It whizzed right past my nose.
Yeah,
Are
it's
there-
dangerous.
Are there bad Frisbee golf jokes like there are regular golf jokes?
Probably.
Oh,
Like,
probably.
You could
I
probably
spent so
just
much
tell the
time in the
same
sand.
jokes.
Yeah, you're right. Just like retrofit it.
Mm-hmm.
To, oh gosh.
All right. We are probably supposed to start this theme song, but I'm still putting in lyrics because this is going to be such a good show and a good song today.
Throw the frisbee, drag Harry. Throw the frisbee, drag Harry.
You can only think of that one from Happy Gilmore when he goes, "I spent more time on the sand. They're gonna call me David Hasselhoff."
Oh yeah,
He talks about-
that's a good one too.
Well, the thing about disc golf is that even if you chuck it way out in the field, which I did, it doesn't really, throwing from the field isn't really any harder than throwing from the fairway.
I just
No?
I just had a realization, John. You told me your brother threw one in the river.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was a
Lost
drainage
it, that-
ditch. But yeah.
Doesn't it? Don't they float?
No, that was the question that was on everybody's mind. Does a disc
Right.
golf disc float? The answer, no, they do not. At least mine didn't.
I'm so close,
It went
guys.
straight
That
to
is
the bottom,
sad. That is sad.
disappeared.
Because they're more expensive than the old plastic Whammo
Oh,
frisbee,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ugh,
And there-
it's painful. You should have taken some scuba gear and gone after that.
Well,
Is there a
bad
driving range for frisbee golf?
yeah, there sure is.
That's beautiful.
I was gonna say just find an open field.
That's pretty much what you
Throw it
need.
real
All you
hard.
need. You can sling those frisbees out there, and it's very therapeutic. It's very relaxing, even when you're terrible
Unless
at
you
it.
get hit in the face,
Unless you get hit in the face.
Yeah,
or you throw your shoulder out for 3 years.
that tends to destroy the vibe.
Right.
Yeah,
Saving those two contingencies,
yeah.
it's very relaxing and very.
Oh, no.
Especially if you listen to Billy Joel while you're out there.
Mhm.
So why would
Okay.
somebody? What started the rock and roll discussion about Billy Joel? Why is that a thing?
I just seen it as a thing. I think it's people who don't remember the origins of rock, and so he harkens back a little bit, I think, to the old
All right,
rock stuff.
here we go, guys.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry
You know what I
for
know
the delay.
You know what I know about Billy Joel for sure is that he didn't start the fire.
Nope.
Well, I know that's right.
Everybody else, but not him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was always
Although that's
burning.
pretty suspicious when somebody starts blaming everybody.
Yeah, but if it
Hi,
was always
Duchess's
burning,
brother.
You can't
It was
blame
always
it.
burning.
Hello, Jessica. Hello,
Suzanne's got
popcorn.
popcorn. Yeah.
Hello,
Yay.
yay.
Yay. Hello.
Why? Pick up all the-
Coming out of quarantine, so catch the vibe and dig the scene. Take a seat, gonna grab a snack.
Leftover candy corn,
Gonna
yay.
talk some smack. Cutting it down
Hello,
like a
JT.
lumberjack. Come take
Hi,
me
JT.
out, Cadillac.
Hi.
Kicking it live on the
Ryan's in the
radio.
chat.
Everybody got a right to know. This ain't my first rodeo. Hit spotlight, here we go.
I think he means
Are
rested.
you ready for the
I
show?
was like,
Test it up.
Are you ready for the
extra
show?
hour and go into the online quiz.
Are you ready for the show? Are you ready for the show?
Goodness, you guys were chatty tonight in the thread.
Ryan's in there.
Oh,
There's
hi,
Brian
Ryan.
April. I look
Brian
angry.
April.
Brian April, ladies and gentlemen.
Never any, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
We all got tested up.
Kicking it live,
Yep.
so be our guest. Everybody gonna be so blessed. Hoping you cats gonna be impressed. Ain't no time to be depressed. Are you ready for the best?
Welcome to SCQS, everybody. My goodness, we have a big show, and it's already half over before.
Let's not talk about the big show yet. We do not
So
have that queued up and ready to go.
Concentrated.
Okay. Well, things are going to be a little bit out of order. For those of you who are used to the show flowing a certain way, we're not going to be able to do it the way we normally do it because Juan DeVivo could be snatched away from us at any moment. And so,
We still got time. We got time.
well, but I'm still nervous. I'm still quite nervous about it. JT has got a box of Fruit Brute behind him.
With both the American and Christian flags.
Christian nationalism.
For Christian nationalism, America, and Fruit Brute. But so we're going to do things a little bit out of order. The Peaches is not quite ready to do how big a show we have tonight. And so
Oh.
can we give a shout out to our clickers first?
Let's do it.
Can we
Sure.
do that?
Clickers are great. They're super amazingly great. Athletic and fun and super smart. Their beautiful faces a work of art. Clickers are great. Deliciously, magically great. Without them, we'd be destitute and drifting into the abyss. Lovely clickers, we blow you a kiss. Will I ever get to all the clickers? It's too soon to tell. Like Donna, Amber, Nancy, David, Justin, Pat, and Mel.
Oh, it's so good to have JT back with us so he can vamp however long we need to go.
You know,
This
we
week,
could
in no
just, like,
particular
start on-
order.
We could just start talking about anything, really.
While he vamps, he'll go forever.
We really should bask in this moment.
We're not on a time crunch or anything.
No, Juan could get snatched away at any moment. So let's vamp for a few minutes. Heaven knows we wasted about 5 minutes before we even started the show.
Oh, yeah.
In no particular order this week, our clickers of the week are Rachel.
Rachel.
And
Olivia Wearing. Olivia.
thank you to all of our clickers. If you would like to join our merry band of clickers, it's probably one of the most satisfying experiences that you'll ever have in your life. The sense of belonging and camaraderie and community is unmatched by any other group on planet Earth. Just go to johnbriny.com and hey, there's Melody DeVivo. You, go to johnbriny.com, sign up to become a clicker. Hey. And then you can join us at the Effort Party where we talk about all sorts of stuff. We have koozies that are available to the clickers for.
Oh,
yeah.
That one's still invisible.
Mm-hmm.
There's
That's
stuff
'cause they
we
don't-
do on the after party that we don't do on here.
There's stuff that we're not privy to even talk about at the after party. It's very exclusive.
Did Melody just come to tell you it's time
No.
to go?
For some stupid reason, I locked the door to the back lounge. She's like, but when I got up, I'm like, great, they think I'm leaving now, and they're going to go, oh, no, I guess it's time.
He's like, oh, I got plenty of time. Oh, I got to go.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
Yeah.
We
No
have
problem.
plenty of-
My time is my own. I say when I go, oh, I got to go.
We're good.
I'm making the calls.
So in keeping with the election season, which it is now coming up next week, it's time to vote for some stuff. Not everybody is going to be voting, but some people are going to be voting, and we thought it would be appropriate if we staged our own. This was actually, I think, Juan's idea. Juan said, "Hey, what we should do is we should have attack ads that we write for each other, and then the person who is actually being attacked should actually read the ad themselves." And so that's what we're going to do. We've each written an attack ad for one of the other members of the community here, and we haven't seen these before. So we're going to be reading them in real time, live, without having seen them. And the first one that we need to get to, because again, Juan is going to have to leave. Juan wrote an attack ad for Amanda, and so Amanda is going to read this ad while Juan shows the slides that accompany it. So I think we're ready to go.
This is the one with the pad, right, Juan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have two requests. Hold on. The first slide isn't the thing. I'm just going to show the first slide, and then you can start reading. And then can you read kind of slow?
I'll read slow. Although I have to mention earlier this week, Juan, and it's only under this condition in this circumstance that you would ever get a request like this from a friend of yours. But Juan texted me earlier this week and he said, "Hey, real quick, do you have any pictures of yourself next to somebody of questionable moral character?"
Or like somebody who has since failed publicly.
And I said,
literally sent that.
"If I did, I wouldn't give it to you because I don't want you to win this election."
She said, "Do your own work.
Do your own dirty work."
You find a picture of me with somebody of
So wait a minute.
questionable moral character.
Is this
Nope.
it?
Is it
Okay.
up? Okay, and you can start
should be.
reading after I advance.
Oh, I can't see if you're advancing. I can only read the script on a different screen.
Okay. I'll give you that. Okay, I'll give you that.
Well,
It
actually,
sounds like a
hang on.
debate now. We're having a...
I might be able to pull this out like this and then pull this up on the side. Oh, you're very tiny now, but I can see you. Okay.
Okay. All right. And I'm blind too, so everybody's gonna see.
This is going to be fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Nope.
Here we go.
Nope. Here we go. Ready?
And go.
Fact. Amanda McKinney has 4 children. But who knows how many more? Is this safe for the environment? Is she finished having children? Who is watching out for all these kids? Who will feed this multitude of unnamed babies? Amanda McKinney was unavailable for comment. Fact. Amanda McKinney is on record for wanting to put her enormous family in a compound, following in the footsteps of cult leaders like David Koresh, coastal elites like the Kennedys and Lizzo, and hide behind a giant wall in solidarity with warlords like Sauron. You remember that guy? If she has her way, we'll all be in bonnets and horse-drawn carriages, and the men will be forced to do all the dangerous work. Fact. Amanda McKinney constantly gets negative reviews online. Oh no. According to this user, she trivializes trauma. Amanda McKinney's God loves racism. John Brannion's pathetic humor isn't relevant on this one, but Amanda McKinney is close-minded. And repugnancy?
It's true.
This reviewer left a scathing review about Amanda McKinney's outlook on difficult marriages and how they only look out for themselves. Amanda McKinney. Is this the kind of person we want? Is this the kind of person we need? Is this the kind of person we as a nation deserve?
No.
Paid for by the Commission for Juan DeVivo instead.
That was dark.
That
I mean,
That was informative.
we're just trying to wake up the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
honestly.
say.
my gosh, that was powerful.
What? Strong.
Mm-hmm.
So
It changes.
Convincing.
I hope everyone makes the right decision.
It changed my mind.
Come
Very
Tuesday.
convincing.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta
Look at
say, I can't
Tabitha's.
wait for
Look
I
at
can't wait
Tabitha.
for JT's. Wait, no, Dad's. You did Juwan's.
I did.
Oh
July.
yeah.
This is
And
gonna
so
be good.
we've got a couple of ways we could do this. He's here, so he could read it. We didn't know that he was going to be here, so just so everybody knows, he did record it and send it in. I can play that recording and the accompanying slideshow, or we can have him read it. I think we should.
That's that was funny.
No.
Oh,
Tabby thinks, just to be clear, my sister thinks that Juan and I kept news about a pregnancy away from her. She thinks that Juan knew before she did about this non-existent baby. Yes.
Right.
Anyway.
but I'll leave it to the audience if they want me to read it now. I got time. And the fat guy. Wait, what?
I think she means Lizzo, which is actually a
Oh,
woman.
Yeah. Lizzo.
Okay.
Wow. Playing John
right.
Adams' crystal flute.
Okay,
All right.
so already we're bigger than an emaciated.
Mastodon.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you that.
if you want to know how big the show is, and I haven't heard anybody ask, does anybody
kinda-
want to know?
Yeah, how
usually
big is
leave that to JT.
How big is it?
A typical show is represented by this emaciated mastodon or woolly mammoth, depending on what you think. Then tonight's show looks like
Mm,
That's
that's
huge.
intense.
it's a huge show.
It's
All
so
right.
big it can't all the way get on the screen.
Look at the
Now.
size of it.
Let's see. I've got Juwan's recording down here.
Okay, so what's the? Do you want me to read it live or do you want to do the video?
Can we take his out of the
Did we
stream?
vote? I'll leave
Take
it
his-
to Jamal.
Oh no, he has to take it out. And wait, I can kick it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean it-
you can dump it
I
out of
can
the stream.
stop
Oh, wait.
it. It's gone.
Yeah, do that. No, not kick the guest out. I almost kicked Juwan out of the
I think you should read it live. I think you should
Alright.
read it live, Juwan. Hang
Wait,
on
I
a
was
second.
do you have the
worried.
slides?
For integrity's purposes, but
Yeah,
I always-
technically Juwan has already seen this because he recorded it in advance just in case. But I haven't heard it. And I did not listen to the video that he sent us earlier.
Right,
you
this
can
is
watch it in the Afford party if you want to do that.
this is new for everybody.
You can see his original take on it, his original
Oh.
reaction.
All right, here we go.
After Party, maybe.
I always wait though for JT to say how big is it because he's always ahead of her. Like John will go, "Hey, tonight's show is how big is it?"
Yeah.
Do you have the
That's the nights I have
He's
coffee.
way more excited than I am.
Do you have the
Yeah.
script, Juwan?
I have pulled it up,
Okay.
and do we want to continue having? Do you want music with this one, John, or do you want it like?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do
Okay.
you want it like a stump
Any,
speech?
any music that seems appropriate.
Okay.
Wait, put it up there.
Oh, I haven't put it up there yet.
What is happening?
Click this. I got it.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. But you have to advance it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, Juwan,
I
take it
didn't
away.
I
know.
know, Amanda. I'm not stupid.
Okay. You ready? Here we go. Take one. What do you think of when you hear the words fascist, criminal, bedwetter? Juan DeVivo is running for office, and you must ask yourself, is he the right man for the job? DeVivo is an excellent candidate if you're looking for leadership who uses the word judge as a verb and has a tattoo of the Death Star on his neck. Many people have given reasons to vote for DeVivo, and every one of those people has a below-average IQ. Don't take my word for it. DeVivo's record speaks for itself. What's wrong with putting Juan DeVivo in office? Well, what's wrong with putting a chimpanzee behind the wheel of a school bus? Nobody is accusing Juan of gross incompetence. On the contrary, his competence defies description. A vote for DeVivo will put the nation back in ruination. Sorry. When he was a boy, he carried scoops of ice cream in his pants pockets. Then there was a college-age scandal involving a spatula, a portly Ferris wheel operator, and chocolate pudding. It was never proven that Juan was involved, but his DNA on the scene is certainly puzzling. His plan to increase the number of chickens in Georgia would lead to more methane being produced, which is a greenhouse gas that contributes to global warming. Isn't Georgia warm enough? DeVivo doesn't think so. Can we trust a man who isn't sure how to pronounce his own name? DeVivo says that he started mispronouncing his name when he was trying to learn English. He would hear other kids say their names wrong, so he started saying his own name wrong too. Does this sound like leadership to you? He's probably hiding something. That beard and hat are probably not just his way of making it hard to identify him on security cameras. While some say his appearance makes him look unprofessional and childish, a tiny minority disagrees. He sometimes wears jackets that are identical to those found discarded on the ground. That doesn't mean he's unstable. When it comes to political experience, Juan is excellent at figuring out the tempo of the tune your refrigerator plays. While he's never openly advocated for boiling homeless people in vats of lemonade, he hasn't written a single piece of legislation He cannot read words. That's why you shouldn't. While he's never openly advocated for boiling homeless people in vats of lemonade, he hasn't written a single piece of legislation to prevent it. Almost. If you're an antisocial fascist bedwetter who hates goodness and joy, vote for Juan DeVivo.
Oh, that's bad.
Legislation.
There we go.
Registration.
The worst.
Legislation. Legislation.
What is
The
that
worst
picture from?
possible choice. I tried to find the one where you're like peering down angrily at the crowd is actually you playing guitar, and I just cropped the guitar out of it. You're like looking thoughtfully at the guitar. But if you take the guitar out, you look like an oppressive overlord.
It's the lighting. It's the lighting.
Yeah, I thought it was effective.
Also, the music makes a difference if you're doing happy music, and even if you're concentrating.
It really does. It really does. All right, so should I do mine? Should I?
I'm still good for a few minutes. Yeah.
Are you good for a few minutes?
What do you mean, read yours?
Yeah. Should
Okay.
I read mine?
All right, we can have you read
And
yours.
then JT can read his. And
I
you,
just sent JT his.
Who wrote JT's? You?
I did.
And so you have slides for his. All right.
Well,
so,
we have, yeah. The ones I'm pulling up are his slides for you, right? Are you ready, JT?
I'm ready.
Okay.
To do your slides.
So let me go in. Okay, I'm ready. Now I can't see anything, so I'm just going to start reading. I can't see the screen. I'm just going to
There we go.
Are you ready? I can't see anything. Should I go and look at? Oh, this is going to be terrible. I can't see these pictures, so.
That was me too. You can't see while you're reading. That's the
I
other
can see
part of
that one. Okay, all right. I can't see.
Everybody's laughing at you while you're.
I can't see any pictures. All right, here we go. It's Sunday night again, America. Tomorrow, less men and women will go to work than ever before in our country's history. With interest rates approaching record highs, nearly 2,000 families today will lose their homes. By tomorrow afternoon, 6,501 people will get a divorce. By Tuesday, 12,000 more will have canceled their Netflix accounts. Almost no one, except John Branyan, can look forward with confidence to the future. A future that's swirling in the crapper as we speak. And who's holding the flusher? John Branyan. It's Sunday again in America, and under the leadership of John Branyan, our country has more out-of-work greeting card authors than ever. John Branyan has sunk our country into the deepest recession and unemployment in 50 years. Fewer and fewer people are buying $11 caramel macchiatos at Starbucks. Now John Branyan says the economy is moving up. It is. Up a mountain of record debt and Branyan deficits. And where do these deficits come from? From John Branyan's taxpayer-funded, worthless internet connections. Where are your tax dollars going? To pay for John Branyan's internet. It barely stays connected. But does John Branyan care? No. He just logs out and goes to the fridge for another ice-cold, refreshing beverage while it reconnects. And you sit there wondering how you're going to pay the electric bill. Why have you stopped letting your children open the fridge? John Branyan. Why does your cell phone go out of service 1 block from your house? John Branyan. And why does Chick-fil-A continue to stay closed on Sundays? John Branyan. John Branyan vetoed mandatory life sentences for mimes. His revolving door prison policy gave weekend furloughs to bad piano players and made cruise ship comedians ineligible for parole. While out, many committed other crimes like cutting the line at Aldi, and many are still at large. John Branyan convinced the rest of America that Indiana is its own separate sovereign nation. Now John Branyan says he wants to do for his house what he did for Indiana and turn his property into the Republic of Branyan land. America and Indiana can't afford that risk. It's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. and your children are safe and asleep, but there's a phone in the White House and it's ringing. Something's happening in the world. Your vote will decide who answers that call. It's 3 a.m. and your children are safe and asleep. Who do you want answering the phone? John Branyan? Seriously? The same guy who wants to turn his house into a sovereign nation called Branyan land? There's a deadly garden gnome in the grass. For some people, the garden gnome is easy to see. Others don't see it at all. Some people say the garden gnome is tame. Others say it's vicious and dangerous. Since no one can really be sure who's right, isn't it smart to be as strong as the garden gnome? If there is a garden gnome? John Branyan says he's not a garden gnome, but he secretly wears a pointy hat and pointy shoes twice a month. He actually takes cayenne pepper tablets. He actually takes cayenne pepper tablets 3 times a day so that when he bites you, he causes severe irritation on top of the deadly gnome neurotoxin he injects.
Oh no! Oh no!
His intentions are good.
Wait. Go back and read that sentence again. Start at neurotoxins.
Severe irritation on top of the deadly gnome neurotoxin he injects into your arm or face. Some people say John Branyan's intentions are good. If the driver of your school bus runs into an ice cream truck, hits a deer, and drives through the plate glass window at Cracker Barrel and then bites all the customers with his cayenne pepper enhanced gnome toxin, you don't say his intentions were good. You get a new bus driver. John doesn't even know how to use a stick shift. Why would you want a poisonous garden gnome driving your kids to school? I'm John Thomas Oakes, and I approve this message.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious, all the ranting about the internet, and then you cut out in the middle. Or like 2/3 of the way through.
Did I?
Yeah, just a little bit, just briefly, right around the neurotoxins part.
All right, I'll be back. I'll see you in a bit.
Oh,
right,
he's going to miss
Godspeed.
mine.
Godspeed,
All right, bye,
Juan.
Juan. Have fun.
There he goes. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
It didn't really cut out quite as quickly as I think he thought that it was going to. It took his
Okay, there he
computer a
goes.
second to realize he wasn't there.
Do you want a poisonous garden gnome driving your kids to school? That's the money line right there. That's the one that ends my bid for office. No one is going to answer that one. Yes. All right. So we got one more. This is JT, right? JT's attack ad,
yes,
as written by Amanda.
Yeah,
Kinney.
but hang on, I gotta share my screen real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Share screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here it is.
Okay. Tell me when to go.
Wait, it's just a second. I have to pull up my script too, so I remember when to click.
Wow,
Okay.
you guys have actually got yours synchronized. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
John Thomas notes.
John Adams, John Hancock, John F. Kennedy. These are men who have shaped a nation, and a vote for John Thomas Oakes would be an insult to their memory. Where was Mr. Oakes when George Washington crossed the Delaware? Just how many starving and defenseless chinchilla has Mr. Oakes bothered to adopt? Have you ever actually seen his tax returns?
No.
Plus, how many fires has Mr. Oakes started in bathrooms?
It's a great question.
Let's just let Mr. Oakes' own words speak for themselves.
I mean,
My fellow Americans, if you ever have the misfortune of hearing Mr. Oakes read out loud, simply do your best to endure it. His ability to read a script he's seeing for the very first time is, well, you get the idea. Just remember this on election day. John Thomas Oakes, he doesn't just give politics a bad name, he gives it 3. Very convincing. Very convincing.
so you see, mine was a bit shorter than everyone else's, but I think I made my point in a more succinct,
I think
script.
so.
I think so too.
He doesn't just give politics a bad name, he gives it 3. That was a money line too. Yeah, totally sus. So it's up to you to decide. The voters will decide.
Yeah.
Ultimately, this
Yes,
is
they
America, and so Amanda gets the vote from some, and
She is ridiculously good at this. That's actually a jab at me because I was bragging to Tabby last week. I was like, I could have written like 12 of these.
I am ridiculously good at this.
I have no problem just pulling random insults out of my rear end. My wife is skilled in slander.
My wife is skilled in slander. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a little quiz that I have. Somebody's voting for Brian. He's not even in the running. That's because Brian's record is clean. There's no dirt on him.
That's right.
So I have put together another little quiz. I did some research this week on dirty politics and did a little digging and came up with a quiz.
Is this on the comment of the week slide?
No, I've got it here.
Okay.
So let me get ready to share it here. Okay, and this and this. And
and let's not
this.
forget the song of the week this week too.
Right. Why don't we do the song of the week, and then we'll do my stupid quiz, because the song of the week I think is. Are you ready for the song of the week?
Sure. And I have a follow-up story from last week's song.
That's right. That was the other thing.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got pictures for that too. So let's do that first, and then we'll do this quiz.
So
Okay, hang on. Let's
some
do
of you,
this.
if you've been paying attention to what's been going on with bakeries around the country, people have been asked to bake cakes for events that they don't necessarily agree with on a moral basis. There's a guy out in Colorado, and there's a lady out in California, in Bakersfield, named Kathy Miller, who runs a bakery called Tastries, and she won her case. Jack Phillips did too in Colorado, but he even got his to the Supreme Court and was exonerated, but he's back in court again because Colorado just says, we don't care what the Supreme Court says, you're going back to court. So, but the lady from California did get exonerated. So I wrote her and Jack Phillips and said, hey, I did this song last week, and I was thinking about you guys when I wrote it. So I sent it to Kathy, and she wrote me back within a half hour and said, my husband and I have listened to this 4 times already, and it's we're crying. And she said, send me your address and I'll send you a box of goodies. And so she sent me a bunch of cookies themed after the song. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the 3 8-hour shift song I did last week. She made pianos and little cookies that say 3 8-hour days. And
look at those cookies. It says 3 8-hour days.
And
Yeah.
they were
blessed.
fantastic. Yeah, she just did a whole box of themed cookies on the song. And so
We got Tabby crying, so
Yeah.
that's good.
so you just never know. You know, you got to throw your stuff out there and see what happens. So
Yep.
So this is
Very
for
cool.
everybody since it is election week.
Oh,
Talking to
wait.
John this week.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes.
So I was talking to John about what I should do, and he said, "Well, it's election week. I thought of that movie Brewster's Millions, and his campaign line was, I'm not gonna say what the campaign line was because that's the hook of the song. So I used the hook line from Richard Pryor's campaign
Brewster's
line.
Millions. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you, John, for that idea. So here we go. Sorry. Here we go. Talking it on the news feeds, telling me how I should vote. If I check the proper boxes, this old shit might stay afloat. Got a letter from some senator I voted for one time. He never kept a single promise, and he ain't worth a dime. Forgive me if I'm skeptical, I've heard it all before. Am I supposed to trust someone who never yields a floor? There's accusations flying around like razors in the wind. A man who do the things you've done ain't nobody's friend. I'm just picking from the evils, choosing devils that I know. If they walked in through the door, I'd tell them all right where to go. Let the record show I made my choice when push came to shove. To heck with it, I'm writing in. None of the above. Guess I ought to do my duty and pitch in where I can. Even though my heart just wants to stick it to the man. So I'll drag my weary carcass to the voting booth today. If I don't make it out alive, coming home my corpse away. I'm just picking from the evil, choosing devils that I know. If they walked in through that door, I'd tell them all right where to go. Let the record show I made my choice when push came to shove. To heck with it, I'm riding in. None of the above. Let the record show I made my choice when push came to shove, to heck with it, I'm writing the end. None of the above.
Woo!
Fantastic.
Say that word out loud. So,
Well, it's funny. I just had a conversation with my 4-year-old. Actually, he informed his grandpa, not this one, but the grandpa on Luke's side, that hell is not a bad word. You just can't tell people that they should go there.
he got that at the Fight Laugh Peace conference, didn't he?
I told him
That's what
that,
Silas.
I've told him recently that the word hell is in the Bible, and so it's not a bad word. You just aren't allowed to tell people you want them to go there.
Right. I figured these youngins in the room, you never know, somebody might get their feelings hurt.
All right, so we'll get their feelings hurt.
That
So,
probably will.
Silas had a number of comments this week. That the statue one was probably my favorite one.
That one made me laugh. We were driving home from the gym the other night, and it's dark outside, which he was noticing because it's usually not dark when we're driving home, but it was this week. And he goes, Mom, did you see that statue? Did you see the way the statue looked in the dark? And I said, what statue? The one in the graveyard over there? And he goes, yeah, did you see the way it looked? And I said, no, what did it look like? And he goes, it looked like normal, but darker. It's like, okay, I missed it completely, but I'm glad you managed to see it.
But darker.
It looked like normal, but darker.
All right. Here. Oops. What's going on here? What the heck is going on here?
Oh.
By the way, the cookies were great. I'm just, I noticed some of the comments
Yep.
there. Sarah asked if they were good, and
Yep.
they were fantastic.
Somebody asked.
They look good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
JT accepted bribes from a California baker to write a song
About her. Is this the sort of leadership that we want?
Yeah.
All right, this is a history of dirty tricks, and I've done a little research. So I'm going to put up the campaigns. I'm going to put up the candidates, and I'm going to ask you all a question about what the dirty trick was. For example, it's going to go a little something like this. Martin Van Buren versus William Henry Harrison. Harrison attacked Van Buren's aristocratic style of dress by saying what? What did William Henry Harris say about Martin Van Buren?
Thou cream-faced loon?
No, that is incorrect. Some of these things are especially
Karma, chameleon.
Some of these things are funny because
he said he's probably never even buttoned his own trousers.
Would you like some adult undergarments to go with that suit, Mr. Van Buren?
You farting chicken! I don't know what that has to do with this dress.
It has to do with his aristocratic style of dress. That's why I put it in there.
Too fancy to know that what the common folks wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would think.
That's a good guess. It's not correct, but
dude looks like a lady.
Put up Russ's. Okay, now we're talking. What he actually said was, Van Buren is laced up in corsets such as a woman in town
wears.
Would wear. Right.
So Tabby thought it was not enough hair.
He said he said he dresses like a woman.
A chick. Yeah. Okay.
And so this is the sort of thing that was a big burn back then, but now
it's a badge of honor now.
Yeah, now it'd be a thing that would maybe help.
Yeah, the guy with his finger on the nuclear button in our country is wearing
Martin Van Buren, after he was already president now, and Charles Ogle said this about President Van Buren's dining habits. to paint him as a detached and entitled
Poor Martin.
individual.
Martin was just a magnet for mean insults.
You know it.
Maybe Charles said, "Would you like fries with that, Mr. Van Buren?"
That was probably it.
Would you like fries with that, you entitled, detached president?
Eats like a lady, Tabby tried to say, but she never
Estas.
spells things
Estas like a lady.
right. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Oh, you're knocking on the right door.
Mm-hmm.
This is about his dining habits.
Oh, Juan is back.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh,
Hello.
that was very. They were making a big deal about how big the meet and greet was too. Maybe. Anyway, what did I stop, or did I?
We're trying to guess
sorry.
the insult, the political insult. What did
This is
Charles Ogle say to Martin Van Buren about his dining habits?
yeah. This is a history of dirty tricks in politics, and so Charles Ogle said something about President Van Buren to
he
paint
was the
him
president at the time.
as detached and out of touch and.
You're using the wrong utensil for this course, sir. He talks with his mouth full.
Great.
Use a fork, Marty.
Use a fork, Marty.
Chews with his mouth open.
These
Get
are
your
great.
elbows off the
Off
table.
the table. These
Okay.
are great. All right. What he actually said was he slept on fine French linens and ate from silver plates and forks of gold.
There you
I
go.
was so close.
Yep. That a sick burn.
Okay.
All right. James Buchanan and John Fremont. Buchanan had a palsy that caused his neck to lean slightly left, which you can see in this picture. And his opponent claimed that left leaning was due to what?
His mama dropped him down the stairs when he was little.
That man has half a brain. Weighs too much on one
He's
side.
leaning to the left because he only has half a brain.
Being a coward. I'm not sure what that has to do.
Being a coward? No, that's not. No right side brain.
Yes, she was tracking with
He's
Juan. on
like
that
he's like a dog that's curious all the time.
one. And that he was lying all the time.
Lying? How does that connect to?
No, that would be. That's not what he said, but that would be something that
They do say that you tilt your head. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. No, tilt your head one way or another when you're being untruthful.
Mm-hmm. But he's got slightly. It's a palsy, slightly to the left, and that is because he's
Ooh,
having a
that's-
weak spine.
That's a good
Well,
guess.
That is a
No,
good guess.
that's not it.
He woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
His
His left ear weighs more than the
than the
other.
other. He's got a very fatty, heavy left ear. Do we want a person like that?
He only listens to people on the left. Is that what?
Mm-hmm. No, they were at the time they were trying to sincerely cast him as a person who was unstable, and so he was a girly man. What he actually said was, it's because he once tried to hang himself.
Wow.
What?
What?
Wow.
That's what they said. He once tried to hang himself. That's why his head tilts to the left slightly. Because everybody knows that once you've tried to hang yourself,
Yeah.
your head is not straight anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas. What criticisms of Abraham Lincoln did Stephen Douglas backers hurl in the Charles Mercury newspaper? Criticisms of Abraham Lincoln. This is probably my favorite one.
His ears were too big.
Okay, well, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're on the right track.
He's too tall.
They were, yeah. You're on the right track. I don't.
The
want
Amish called and they want their beard back.
Yeah, freakishly
Fake
tall.
beard. Fake beard. Freakishly tall. That's right.
Oh, fake beard.
Too orange.
Orange. The pictures. Too tall.
They called him Shorty.
Called him Shorty. Shorty Abe. Shorty Lincoln.
He has a beard, so he can't be trusted.
Our president should eat more cornbread and black-eyed peas.
He is very jaundiced.
He's too skinny, was the thing. He's like a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yep.
man, that skinny carries no weight.
This is what
Cannot
Stephen
carry the
Douglas.
weight of a country.
His wife is crazy.
He too tall. But at least he didn't try to hang himself. That's what they said. All right, here we go. This, you're not gonna get this.
What?
But
I think
but
I've
I'm
seen
gonna,
it before.
I'm gonna give you credit. Anybody who said, oh, he's too tall, his ears are too big, he's orange, any of you guys making cracks about his appearance, you get points for that. Because what was actually said by Stephen Douglas's backers in the newspaper is, he's a horrid-looking wretch. He's sooty and scoundrelly in aspect, a cross between the nutmeg dealer, the horse swapper, and the nightman.
I want to memorize that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that next time I get in an argument
I'm
with somebody.
surprised
You're
he
just
didn't get
a
himself
hard
shot for
looking-
calling him a nutmeg dealer.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff doesn't go. That
The
don't go around
horse-
these parts.
Right, the horse swapper
Yeah.
and the nightman, which I looked up. I tried to find the horse swapper and could not find one. I did find the nightman in a couple of different references.
Horse
but,
swapper was like when on the sitcoms when the parents would accidentally kill the kid's rabbit, they'd try to swap him out for another rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
So like so a horse swapper would be like, oh man, my horse is almost dead. Where's one that's exactly like it?
Yep.
Swap it out.
But the nutmeg dealer.
That's the one. That's the one I can't. Yeah.
You're so sooty and scoundrelly.
You sooty scoundrelly nutmeg dealer.
Who's scruffy looking?
Tammy's going to go with the nutmeg dealer. We ought to do that.
Just a little. All you get nutmeg is like in a little jar at the supermarkets. You're just like,
hey, what do you think?
scrape a nutmeg for you, my
I'm
friend.
going to go as the horse swapper. You sooty scoundrelly nutmeg dealer. All right. Downhill after this.
Isn't there a nightman? Isn't there a nightman in Hotel California? Good night, said the nightman. We are programmed to receive.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, that's just like the guy that handles the keys, though.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
I shouldn't have.
What did the opponents of Rutherford B. Hayes say about his mama?
Oh,
Oh man.
she had a beard.
She's disappointed with her son.
Rutherford B. Hayes' mother could comb
Your
her
mother
face.
was.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberry. And he was a nutmeg dealer. No, they did not say that she had a beard, and they did not say that she was disappointed with him.
They couldn't
That's
tell her
cheap.
apart from his father.
What? did
She
they
died during conception.
You're actually on the right track.
Conception.
She gave birth to a dead baby. Was that it?
That's what, yeah.
She died during conception.
His mother's beard looked better than his.
I'm going with that answer. I'm sticking with it.
Not right, but you're in the vicinity. I don't
Oh,
want to say
she-
you're warm, but
She had a STD.
Ooh,
an STD.
that's mean.
That's that would be pretty awful. That's not what they said. But
Ow.
Hmm.
She drank while she was pregnant.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't know about alcohol syndrome.
She-
Was that bad back then? What do you mean?
That's what I was saying. I think alcohol was like a pain reliever, right? They may have everybody probably drank while they were giving birth.
Your mom doesn't
so very well. How dare you? How dare
Your
you
mother's
insult
apple
my
pie
mother's
is-
stitchery? That is low blow. Here's what they said about Rutherford.
Her dad tried to feed her instead of the hogs. No? Okay. That was my guess. And a second guess.
Nothing quite. He once shot his mother in a fit of insanity. That's what they said. Now here's the thing: his mother had actually passed away. She was already dead. Not because he shot her, but she couldn't stand up and say no, this is incorrect. And so
as far as anyone knew, it was true.
Right, because her being dead and all, he once shot his mother in a fit of insanity.
And have you ever seen her alive? No.
So there you go.
That was just in the shin.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't personal.
Well, would you vote for a guy who once shot his mother in a fit of insanity? No, you would not.
Well, if he shot her during some reasonable argument, maybe.
All right, this is a multiple answer. Herbert Hoover's backers smeared Al Smith's reputation by listing his alleged vices. How many can you name?
Hoover was during the
alcoholic.
There's one in particular that I cannot wait to show you so that we can discuss it. But
nose picker.
Nose picker is not one of them.
He'd like to
visits prostitutes, alcoholic, smoker.
He produced a lot of Broadway plays.
Parking
He-
tickets. No.
Oh, gambling. That's good. Gambling.
Mm-hmm.
That's one for sure.
Bad fashion.
Bootlegger.
He lied on
Bootlegger.
government forms.
So who said dealing nutmegs?
Nice.
One, dealing nutmeg.
Nope.
You can't trust those guys.
Brian.
He hated cupcakes.
Hated cupcakes.
He'd like to go see.
Jaywalking.
He'd like to go see the silent pictures and then spoil the endings to his relatives.
He was secretly a potato. Listen to
Hit a man with glasses.
Hit a man with glasses.
Horse impersonator.
Horse impersonator. Horse swapper. Lechery and lasciviousness.
He loved candy corn. Yes.
Cheats on his taxes. Genocide.
Okay.
Now, some of these, I don't think some of you are trying, but
He wore ladies' shoes.
the boring name.
Corsets. Corsets are in there somewhere.
He missed
Oh,
that
course.
one. That was the first one. The guy
Yeah.
was accused of wearing women's clothes.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, so eats too many peanuts. All right, so you got a few of them. Girly hands.
He was sullen. Yeah.
Girly.
Old
hands.
shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Had a
All right, you got a
suspicious-
few of them.
He was
Okay.
constantly negative.
So I
Look
will
at his
list them.
face.
I will list them for you here now. He engages in card playing,
Yeah.
cocktail
Oh, yeah.
drinking, poodle dogs, divorces, novels, stuffy rooms, evolution, nude art, prize fighting, actors, greyhound racing, and modernism.
You weren't far off with the Broadway, Juan. He was actors. He was
And yet,
hanging with
he
actors.
won. Like, Al Smith didn't get elected, and Herbert Hoover did.
Right.
So,
Well, it's because they saved modernism for the last one.
yeah.
Yeah.
What-
Modernism.
What in the world is poodle dogs?
Well, does the verb translate into all the? So he engages in poodle dogs, or he engages in evolution? It was like,
Yeah.
was he?
Yeah.
did he have
And
a lizard
actors.
tail?
Engages in actors.
You know,
You're just
actors.
listing these words. It's like, well, he does poodle dogs. Poodles are definitely a deal breaker for. They were apparently a deal breaker for many people back then too.
I like how divorces in that list at the same breath as card playing. Like that's something you do on the weekends. Like,
Right.
Mhm.
why don't we
Engages in.
Let's
Yeah.
do a divorce this weekend.
Yeah,
Divorces.
No.
That's
we're-
plural. That's funny.
Multiple
Let's go find a
divorce.
stuffy room.
Let's go find a stuffy room and get divorced.
We might find a prize fight while we're at it.
I'll take your poodle.
If you're lucky, you get you combine divorces and prize fighting.
Yeah.
Greyhound racing. All right. I think this is the last one. This is a little more modern. It's Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy. Kennedy's
Modernism.
team used this tactic to make Richard Nixon look bad during their 1960 debate.
They messed with his teleprompter.
They didn't let him do
No.
makeup. They gave him
What's
the
that?
tasty makeup.
Oh, actually, the truth
Nixon
is,
refused the makeup.
both of them agreed ahead of time that they would not wear makeup, and both of them wore makeup secretly anyway. So they agreed that they were not going to wear makeup, but both of them broke that rule.
Weird. I heard that Nixon refused it, and that made him look pasty. He just had a bad makeup artist. Is that what you're saying?
Well, now see what you're going down the right track now. Kennedy used a professional makeup person with professional makeup, and Nixon used an over-the-counter cover-up to hide his 5 o'clock shadow. He had a really heavy 5 o'clock shadow, and so
I think I might know what the answer is then, since you told me that. I don't know this, but I'm guessing that they turned the heat up to make his makeup melt.
Ding 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 ding.
Is that it?
Whoa! I was gonna say Kennedy would whisper to him, Lincoln had an assistant named Kennedy, and I've got one named Lincoln.
A couple of our people got that one.
Did they get it?
Yeah, DDRR and Amber McWaters both
Tainted
said
his makeup. Wait, I want to know what tainted the makeup.
Yep.
Did they
Turn
put
up the thermostat.
cayenne pepper in there?
no. They messed with it. Turned up the lights so he'd sweat more.
Yeah, they turned up the thermostat, and Nixon had a condition where he sweated quite a bit anyway, and I can't remember what it's called, but there's a condition where he sweat, and they knew that, and so when Kennedy was giving his speech, they had the thermostat set down several degrees so that he appeared youthful and comfortable, and then when Nixon got up to speak, they turned up the thermostat, and so he started to sweat, and he was probably going to sweat anyway, but he sweated even worse, and so he just looked like this sweaty old guy when he's up there, and it had a factor. It's called watergating. No, it's not. But that's funny. And so there you have it. You have a history of dirty tricks. So attack ads and smearing candidates is not something that is just done on SKUs tonight. We were not the first ones to do it.
We have a rich history of these sorts of things. We're proud to participate in it on this show.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be an annual thing.
America.
It's very American.
I am ridiculously good at making up nonsense.
Ridiculously good.
I had to pare it way down. I didn't know all of you were going to have longer ones, or I would have kept all of my original. Like my brainstorming session actually started at the Abhorrent party last week when we decided to do this, and I was just rattling off all of these stupid one-liners. Like, yep, I could say that. I can say that without getting sued. I can say that without getting sued. You just ask a bunch of questions.
All right. That's our show for tonight, you guys. So wrap us up, Ms. Producer.
All right, thanks for joining us tonight on Starving Comics Quarantine Show. You can become a subscriber by going to johnbrandon.com and joining the Comedy Click, and then you will get special perks like discounts on Vacay with Comics. More details at johnbrandon.com. And I don't think Fruit Brute is part of our package of incentives yet.
I'll give this to the next person who becomes a clicker. This box of Fruit Brute.
There you go. Next
You
person
don't
to
get this
become a
anywhere
clicker.
else, people.
A box of Fruit
Fruit
Brute to
Brute.
the next subscriber.
I wish I could become a clicker.
It's too much, JT. We have to be reasonable. We can't just be giving away boxes of Fruit Brute like
Fruit
this.
Brute.
You could go to johnthomasoaks.com to support the very generous but very
Lightly
unvotable,
crazy. Yeah.
very generous but definitely not worthy of your vote. John Thomas Oaks. And castingcrowns.com to find out where Juwan's little band is. You can even be part of the meet and greet, but we will do our best to make sure he doesn't spend too much time with you there because we want him back on the show ASAP.
That's right.
And I think
And that's it.
it. Except, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this credits thing?
We are collectively going to read the names of the clickers and then give reasons why you shouldn't vote for them.
Okay. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Hang on, I got to roll down on this too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On the mark. Get set. Go.
Yeah,
Comedy click is for the
Don't vote for Louise.
motherhood.
Louise Bear never finishes her dinner.
Jeremiah Greenwell kicks puppies.
Jeff Lane sometimes speaks with his mouth full.
Nathaniel Luke's last name rhymes with puke.
Joe
Andrea.
Stewart is for higher taxes on food.
Andrea Teeter wears women's clothes.